Well, this is Remix OS. Pretty much, it's another implementation of the Android x86 project, the goal to get Android running on a desktop. By the way, I should mention that this is running on my Chromebook. I'll get to the how-to and performance in a second. First, a little bit about Remix OS. Now please, let's get one thing out of the way. Android is not made to be a desktop operating system. So certain things become really awkward, such as web browsing, gaming especially, and just other miscellaneous tasks. But Remix OS tries to fix all that. Remix OS is set up like a conventional Windows computer. You can add shortcuts to your desktop, create folders, have a start menu of apps, and even a traditional file explorer with a recycling bin. You sort of forget that Android is powering this elegant and well-crafted graphical user interface. And Remix OS truly excels in multitasking. Apps live in the taskbar, they feature the familiar maximize and minimize button, and you can even snap windows side by side. As far as gaming performance, it's really good. And also, games look better on this relatively large display. My only complaint has been the controls. Now, I ran Remix OS on my laptop that has 16GB of RAM with an Intel i7, and I was surprised that the OS detected all the resources available. Although, I was still restricted to 8GB of storage space despite using a 32GB flash drive. If you're looking to run Remix OS on your Chromebook, I'll provide a link to my tutorial in the description. But to be honest, you're better off sticking with Chrome OS. For some reason, despite using a USB 3 port, the performance was utterly horrible to say the least. But I digress. Anyway, getting back to the point, hopefully you get what I'm trying to say here. Remix OS does a very good job at making you feel like you're using a full desktop operating system. However, there are some shortcomings. Now, I'm not going to mention all the minor glitches and bugs I ran into, just because Remix OS is still in very early stages. What I am going to mention is whether Android on a desktop is truly better than something like Chrome OS. In my opinion, I just don't see it. Many apps and games still expect the user to be using a mobile device, and the user interface is designed according to that expectation. Also, I had a very annoying time dealing with any website that used Flash. I didn't want to compromise by loading the mobile version of the page because I'm using a relatively large display. So, at the end of the day, I really enjoyed Remix OS. I think it has been the best designed version of Android on a desktop that we've seen thus far. Unfortunately, I'm still not sold on the whole idea of Android being on the desktop.